With all the latest news and strategy from Planet Poker in just 30 minutes, there's only one place to be. This is the PokerPlayer Show. Welcome to the PokerPlayer Show. This month we'll be keeping you poker savvy with the latest news from across the globe, as well as insights from one of the godfathers of the game and a rising star on the circuit. Plus, to top it all off, we delve inside the mind of one of the game's best all-rounders. He's been ranked Europe's #1 Omaha and 7-card stud player, finished 13th in this year's WSOP Europe main event, and a finalist at this year's Poker Million 9. I'm pleased to welcome the Hendon Mob's very own Barney Boatman. Hello.
Hi, Anna.
How are you?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Good. We'll hear more from you later, Barney, but first of all, let's take a look at what's coming up on today's show. This month on the PokerPlayer Show, Dave Devilfish Elliott and Jake Cody take some time away from the cameras to trade insights. We speak to WSOP main event champion Jonathan DeHamel, and we open the debate on the future of poker. But before all that, let's get up to date with the latest poker news. Online hotshot Vanessa Selbst's Partouche Poker Tour victory was overshadowed by controversy after German player Ali Tekin-Tamgat was thrown out prior to the final table over allegations of cheating. It is alleged that the WPT Barcelona winner hired people on the rail to feed him whole card information. Shocking stuff. Frank Casello was named the WSOP Player of the Year after winning 2 WSOP bracelets back-to-back. To mark his amazing achievement, Casello will have his WSOP main event entry paid for him for the next 3 years. Eric Seidel and Dan Harrington will be enjoying an extra special Christmas this year after being inducted into the prestigious Poker Hall of Fame. Seidel has won an astonishing 8 WSOP bracelets, and Harrington won the WSOP main event in 1995. However, there will be one name on the lips of poker fans over the next few months. Jonathan DeHamel became the world champion as he took down the competition to seize the most coveted bracelet in poker, as well as a healthy $8.9 million. The young Canadian beat John Messina in the final heads-up to become only the 6th non-American to take down the prize. We were lucky to speak to Jonathan shortly after his historic win. So we're now joined on the line by world champion Jonathan DeHamel. Hello to you. Just first of all, congratulations on your win. Just tell us how you're feeling.
Feeling good. It's tough not to feel good right now. I haven't played a single hand of poker yet, so I mean, hopefully I can be back in the ring pretty soon.
Okay, so let's go to the final table and just talk through that amazing hand that you had with Joseph Chung.
Well, yeah, we're three-handed there. Joseph was playing very aggressive. Wrestler was short in chips, so Joseph raised me. She queens, so for me I 3-bet, obviously. Every time he 4-bets me, I folded, so he 4-bets me again. There at that point, I could have like 5-bet light if I 5-bet small, but I could have had a hand at the same time. So I just tried to like put the same amount of chips I would have done with both. So I 5-bet really small, hoping like he shoves over, because I tried to like make him think that he has room to move over and that I'm gonna fold. So that's why I 5-bet pretty small, and then eventually he just shoves over, and I was quite happy to see that.
So that was it. Did you then think that you could go on then and just win the whole thing?
Well, no, it wasn't over. I mean, Rishner is a very good poker player, and he still had chips, so, I mean, it wasn't over. I was very happy, obviously. I was exactly in the spot I wanted to be in, but it was far from over, so.
So what were your tactics?
Yeah, well, I kind of knew he would be playing short, a small ball, because during the final table he didn't want to gamble too much. So when I was on the dealer, a mix between min raising and limping a little bit, and I knew I had to play a lot of flops against him. So I just tried to play good on the flop, play like, make no mistakes and no big mistakes, and don't give him like free chips.
What advice would you give to our viewers on how to win the main event?
Well, I would say, because tournament is very long, it's 10 days, so I mean, it's going to be normal that you're going to have downswings a little bit, that your stack is going to go down. When that happens, I think it's very important to continue to play with your head, to not let your emotions go over the decision you should be making. So I think, like, even if you lose, let's say, $500,000 half your stack, try to forget about that and just think about the future and think about the next hand, and don't let your emotions get into you.
So would you ever consider following in Peter Eastgate's footsteps and selling your bracelet and just leaving poker behind?
No, not at all, not a chance. I'm going to be there for a long time. I want to play more, now that I have the chance to do it.
Okay, so fantastic. Thank you ever so much for speaking to us, Jonathan. Congratulations once again on your win. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome. Bye.
Great insight there from the new WSOP champion. So Barney, another unknown young gun, wins the WSOP main event. Do you think that's going to carry on happening now?
Well, I'm counting on it, really, because I want to get my shot while I'm still young.
Of course.
No, I think that's... I think it could be a numbers thing. I think there are a lot of great young players, but after all, there's so many more of them. And they used to say this about women players, that they couldn't play. It turns out women are punching above their weight and making more finals than their numbers would suggest. So it could be the same with old players too. I think that, it could be just a numbers thing.
And Maserati, let's talk about him, because he was chip leader at one point, but what happened?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened to Maserati. I boxed him because I had a big bet on him when there were about 50 players left, so he never stood a chance.
So let's talk about the 190 million pot, which is the biggest in World Series history, right?
Yes, between Chung and Dumal. That was like the ultimate sucker punch in poker. It was incredible. I mean, and it looked in isolation like a huge, huge mistake from Chung. I mean, I know there was a lot of history there, but once Chung has stuck in the 4-bet and Dumal wants to come over the top, Dumal's getting like 3-1 to make a call here, deep stacked in position with a short stack out there as well. He's never, ever raising again without a hand that he's going to call a shove with. He opened the door for the shove, and Chung just walked right into it.